Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Melanie Smith Stamps. This is Melanie, and I am coming to you today for two reasons. I'm coming to you today as the kickoff of the February 2026 Spellbinders release, which I have a couple things here to share with you. But I'm also coming to you as a Craft Roulette video because I was watching Craft Roulette the other evening, Friday night, with my grandson for the first time. He's 6 years old. And he was over spending the night, and I told him he could spend the night if he agreed to two things. And so one was he had to watch Craft Roulette with me, and two, he had to die cut. So he said, absolutely. Now, he's 6 years old, like I said. So I got him out a small die cut machine. I got out the dies I needed to work with, which was Tina Smith's brand new collection. And then we turned on Craft Roulette, and I fed him the dies with the paper of my choice, and he die cut every single die I asked him to. And he stopped only to watch the wheels spin and the prizes drawn. So I got to sit and watch Craft Roulette while I just picked out paper for him, and it was win-win, let me tell you. So I'm going to share a little bit of this with you, and it was funny because we were cutting this collection when the parameters were chosen, and one of the parameters this week was something with the letter I. So see if you can spot it as we're going through Tina's collection, because that is definitely what I used in my card this week, which I'll share with you here towards the end. So Tina Smith's collection here is actually a very large collection. It's got 5 full die sets, all with the baking theme. It's got an embossing folder and a sentiment set. The sentiment, I believe, is the only set I have not used yet. But the sentiments are adorable. Look at the font. So cute. And they're all puns. So it says, you stir are fabulous. Gimme some sugar. You batter get well. Nothing a little cookie dough can't cure. My husband would agree with that. You count, not calories. You're my better half. Better late than never. Sorry for the mix-up. You bake the world batter. Just roll with it, and whisking you a great birthday. So those are adorable, and I think they're going to be precious with this collection. Now, we were just die cutting, and we die cutted the sentiments that were in here, so those are the ones I used on my cards. So this here is Magic Mixer, and this whole entire collection is called Make It and Bake It. So it's so cute. But this here is the Magic Mixer, and like you can see, you have the old-fashioned mixer, got your big mixing bowl, and for a minute I couldn't figure out how these little dots were formed. But what happens is when you cut out this die here, you end up getting the little dots there, which then can be your 3D dots here. So they come out of this back piece, and then you can add them here and here to make your dough, or your cookie dough, look like it's got stuff in it. Isn't that cute? I mean, how adorable is this? The cookie dough all stuck to everything. And look down here, it's like chocolate chip cookie dough. So adorable. This is her sample here that she made. So sweet. And speaking of samples, let me pull mine out. Here is mine with this set. I had fun. I had this background in my stash that I used. And then I chose and decided to work with, got a little pull there. I chose to work with a 1 6x6 piece of pattern paper. And then I coordinated a whole bunch of other colors with it. So I used a A2 size pack of glossy paper from scrapbook.com. And then it coordinated perfectly with this plaid paper, which is actually a pajama crafter's paper. So they matched up perfectly. Here's the Enjoy sentiment, which actually is in this set here. So I kind of mixed and matched as I played along. But that is my Magic Mixer sample. Then this one here is called Cool It Cookie Rack. I think this is so cute. And I actually broke this up and made 2 different samples using this. And then I used the Enjoy over here. I used this cookie. And I think from this set, that is all. Let me see if I can show you one of these. Yes, I can. This is my cookie sheet one. And here's another brick background that I had in my stash that I had made previously. So I used the cookie sheet and I inked this piece a little darker so it had some dimension here. Then I also inked the background paper behind each of the cookies so you could see the chocolate chips. Then I love the texture she put into this rolling pin. Is that not adorable, the way it's textured? And stinking cute. It's got the little roller, the ring that keeps them together. It even comes apart, the ring does, if you want to put it around something. Like if you want to put it around here or anything, it comes apart right there like an O-ring would. But the little measuring cups are adorable. The spatula is from a different set. Same with these. These are all from a different set too. This is just using this pan actually. So the cookies are even from a different set, but that's showing off the pan from this set. So we'll leave this aside since we're going to show the other sets as well here. So this is where the rolling pin is. And then we, on this one, are using the spatula as well. This is called Fluff, Frost, and Roll, which is such a cute name. And she has here, Just Roll With It is her card sample here that she used on it. But look at the spoon. It's got little hearts running through it, textured. And then you have the heart in the spatula. So cute. I love using these when I'm baking. But so adorable. So cute. So this one also comes with a little flower. And then here, this one is Measure Mates. And this is where the spoons came in. But then you also have a set of cups and a measuring cup there. Then you have a cookie bowl and a little tiny cookie and a scale. So this one's called Measure Mates. And I do use a little bit of these in the actual, where did I use those cups? I don't know if oh yeah, here. I used the cups right here and the measuring cup there. So I like mixing and matching them. I think it was fun to mix and match because it all goes together. Then this one, gosh, this one is probably my favorite. Made with Love. You got your oven mitts, your Made with Love, your apron. Here's the full cookie that I used on the pan. Then you have a cupcake even and another flower. So this is my sample with that one, as well as the embossing folder. Isn't that adorable? I just had so much fun, and I love the way these fit on there. And I just made them as if those were the hands. Thought it was cute the way they kind of shaped around the pocket. And I inked this in the background just a little bit just to give it some interest. And I did that before I embossed so that it wouldn't have any darks and lights. And I think it really turned out cute. But you still got that stark white background without the white being just on white. So that is another one. And these 3 here are all 5x7. And I like that there's enough space on a 5x7 to really get a nice large, lots of space to move around and to make your collages. They all fit on an A2 as well. I mean, they will, but I like to move them around and give it more space. So I've been making more 5x7s lately. So those are those 3. And then here is the embossing folder. And before I get into these, I'm going to show you the Craft Roulette. I'm not going to make you wait till the end because I know a lot of you are here because of that. But this is my Craft Roulette card. I used the cookie jar and a few little embellishments. Now this is the first time I've ever made a joy fold card. I wasn't even 100% sure what it was. but I did watch the show and saw, and I'm hoping I made it correctly. Mary had said this panel could be any size, so I went ahead and made it towards the bottom to cover up the cookies, because of the cookies. So I thought that would be cute. And I used a stencil from my stash. This stencil actually was from a previous club kit. And I'll try to remember to link that in my link list. But it's these cute little cherries, and I thought that would be cute with the baking theme. So for the project, it was a joy fold. So here's my joy fold. I did end up putting an extra panel in here to cover up where my panel glued on. I thought it was neater on the inside. So then my colors are cartoon. So I went with a pastel cartoon color because I kind of liked the olden day cartoons like in the newspaper. And those are more, when I think about it, I think of them more as faded. And that's more pastel-y to me. So I went with the pastels. Now start with I. Did you guys figure it out? I'm sure you did. Icing. On this one, they're icing the cookies. So this has been done in icing, and this is done in icing, and here's our icing bag. So there's my I. Lots of I on there. And then includes scraps. Now, I had already die cut most of this by the time I knew what the parameters were. So I used a lot of scraps from this, but then this panel is also a scrap. Because over on the side of my desk here, I have all of these scraps sitting over here on the side of my desk that I grab for all the time. And those scraps are left over from when I make my packaging, which is this right here. And so I use the hammer mill paper with the gecko on it for foiling and stuff like that for this paper in here. That way it's strong and I don't have to worry about it. And then I have tons of scraps left over and I keep them on my desk so I can grab them for white anytime I need them. And so I used the scraps for my flap. So I hope that is a card that you like for the Craft Roulette, and I will get a picture of it and get it in on the website really soon. So now I'll jump here to the last two things I have to share with you from the release today. Now all of these links will be listed down below, and by no means is this the whole collection. I cannot take the whole collections anymore. I used to, and I just can't do it. So there are a lot of other collections over there today. There is a Zodiac registration Better Press collection if you're into Zodiacs. There's a new Rosie's Breakfast in Bed collection. There's a 3D felt decor collection. And then there's these two that I have here. So this one I have the full collection, and it is called Aged to Perfection. And OMG, if you like puns and funny birthday cards, this one's for you. So this one here is just as simply as it is, OMG. Look at this. Craft Roulette, guys. This is the Chatterbox. It's called Dancing Chatterbox. Hello. Wind us up. We'll never stop talking. I loved it. Chatterbox. So he's called the Dancing Chatterbox, and his legs do move. And I had to have it to make a card for my dentist. Because my dentist, well, first of all, my dad was a dentist. But my dentist is amazing and hilarious. And he's an amazing guy. And he's a follower of God. And I just love him. He prays for me, and he's just amazing. So I thought I'd make him a card. And he'll just think it's hilarious. He's actually working on a Guinness Book of World Records right now for the most pairs of consecutive day socks that you can wear. So he wears a different pair of designed socks every single day. And people give them to him and everything. And he is determined he's going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. He's that cool. So this one is called Yay, and it's got the 3 layers to it. Really nice size focal for the front of your cards. This one is Happy Birthday, HBD, for balloons. this one, how old are we telling people you are now? This is a better press or glimmer plate called How Old. So it's the focal of your A2. Now this is where your puns come in. You guys, if you want funny cards, this set right here is yours. How old are we telling people you are? Which is what the better press says. Is this the birthday when you start carrying a tissue in your sleeve? I had an aunt that did that. She always had a tissue everywhere she went. It's not gray hair, it's sparkle from your soul escaping. It's all fun and games until your metabolism slows down. Amen. Okay, it doesn't say amen. That was just me. You look good for someone born in the 1900s. Instead of grandkids, I got you this card. Sorry, I called you old. Thought you knew. How can we be the same age as old people? I hear old people like getting cards. And old enough to know better, young enough not to care. I like that one. It's your day. You probably won't remember most of it. So this is for anyone that wants a laugh on a birthday card. So if you're either up there in age or even in your mid 30s or 40s, or you're making cards for people older, this one's for you. Funny, funny. Okay, now this one is Simon Hurley's new collection, and I'm going to be doing a video on this over on the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel later this month. I'll be using these two items, but he does have other items in the collection, but these are the only two I have because these are the two I'll be using in the video. Now, if these are not adorable, I don't know what can be, because these little bunnies have so much pizzazz to them. Look at the little butterfly. So cute. And he is smelling his flower. Then you can put an egg in their arm, or you can put the basket. Then you have Happy Spring and Happy Easter. So here are your dies. Lots and lots of little pieces. Make sure you have your right tools and they won't be hard. And then this is the embossing folder. This is Ornate Eggs. This was Bunny Buddies. This is Ornate Eggs. Now this one does have a coordinating stencil. And then he has a large egg that makes an A2 size card. And that one also is in the collection as well. So, like I said, I will have that video for you guys over on Scrapbook Pal later in the month. So which one of these cards is your favorite? We have the Enjoy card with the mixer. We have Sweet, which is our baking cookies. And we have Made with Love. She's just ready to bake. And then we have the Craft Roulette card for the week. Now, if you are not familiar with Craft Roulette, it is a game show played on Friday nights, almost every Friday night. And all of the information will be down below. And you can join us any Friday night. It's free to play and so much fun. If you like a really fun and enjoyable community of crafters, card makers, and just like a inspirational, motivational way of card making, it is the place to be every Friday night. So I will see you there. And like I said, that link is down below, as well as the supply link here for all of these items I've shared with you today. So thank you so much for using my links when you are able. They do help support my channel, and I appreciate that very much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next crafty video. Bye-bye for now.